We have to own up to our responsibilities. As men, 100% of the time, we have to own up to our responsibilities. That is how we grow as men. And towards adulthood is accepting that you're in the situation that you are in due to your choices. And the first step is making yourself accountable and having responsibility over your actions. So, if you don't know my story, my name's Gaman, and I've lost over 85 plus pounds and changed my life through weight loss and self-improvement. And in this lesson today, it's more of realizing that, hey, as you grow older, you have to face the responsibilities. You have to face the consequences of your actions and own up to them and do it. Do it even when it's not even necessary, or if you don't like it. But you still have to do it when it is necessary. Do you think at first, when I was a 240-pound kid, that I wanted to lose weight? No, I didn't. In fact, I was kind of forced into it. It's funny because I was forced into like wrestling. I was forced to do cardio every day. But those days like those, it was worth it. Because the less pleasurable days like those are actually more pleasurable. And it feels rewarding when you actually own up to those responsibilities. You own up to the false choices you've made in the past. My false choices were what? Well, think of it. Becoming overweight. I let myself get to that point. I almost, metaphorically saying, I ate myself to that point because I was eating so much food, coping with various amounts of food because the food was always there for me. I know that sounds funny, but the food was always there for me. I was always bullied in school. I had friends there for me too. I never saw the light in that. I never saw the light in the good days. Being bullied in school, I mean, yeah, it takes a mental toll on you. And so when you let yourself get to that point of playing video games every day, eating junk food every day, watching those bad websites every day that I can't name, you let yourself build such a negative character. And once you realize that you've built that negative character, you own up to that. You own up to that responsibility. And now you're responsible for changing yourself. I know you don't like the way that sounds. I didn't like the way that sounded either. I'm like, ugh, I have to be responsible over myself. I gotta do this. Why? Because those choices led me there. And I have to take action and create better choices, create a better life. Even if it's the life that he didn't imagine at the time, it just led to a better life overall. And once you face those consequences and own up to your responsibilities, you become someone so much better. You're actually more aware of the things you do now. You become more wise, a more wiser man. And this lesson carries on over to my life today. I mean, yeah, I've lost all the weight. I'm building the physique I want. I'm trying to get abs. I'm building more muscle every single day I'm going to the gym. But what's the cost of that? The cost of that is I'm becoming an adult and I have to take on more adult and life responsibilities. Yeah, I'm not where I want to be at yet with my social media or my career as a whole, but I have to do the things that are necessary. I have to do the things that I don't like in order to get to where I want to be. As an adult, as you grow up, as you have to pay money and make more money, which are these materialistic things, don't matter in the long run, but you gotta find a way and own up to that responsibility. Let's say you're broke, right? There was a time where I had like barely any money left in my bank account, even though, yeah, I'm still living with my parents. I have a roof over my head, but what did I do? I impulse spend. I impulsed and spent all the money on stuff I didn't need. And so what did I do? Started working because I took action. I owned up to my responsibilities that I've spent all this money and I was becoming spoiled, and I took action. I became more responsible over myself. And that doesn't mean I stop my message from this world and just work. This is my work. I love doing this. I love talking to the camera and inspiring you all. I want you guys to own up to your responsibilities and take action. And it's the same thing as well. Another lesson. When I was skinny fat, after I lost all my weight, after I lost over 85 pounds, I was a 150 pound, 140 pound skinny fat kid that hated his body. And what did he want to do? He wanted to change. But what was required at first for him to change? Well, it was him owning up to his responsibilities, owning up to the mistakes he made, the mistakes of eating junk food, the mistakes of not lifting weights as much, the mistakes of living an unhealthy lifestyle. After you worked so hard to get out of that unhealthy lifestyle, you go back into it and become skinny fat. And once I took action and started eating right and started taking bodybuilding and learning more bodybuilding knowledge more seriously, that's when things started to change. I took action, owned up to my responsibilities, and built up a better life. But then it seems like an endless cycle. Well, what's the point? You're going to have more responsibilities and problems throughout the way, throughout time. And I'm like, oh, that's just a part of life. That's a lesson I learned a long time ago. The more you grow, the more you develop, you're always going to have problems going forward. But you become better at time at solving those problems and solving them effectively and logically. Sometimes, yeah, I use my feelings a lot. I'm more of a feeling dominant person than logical, but at times like those with life, with big life changes like stepping into the gym, getting on a calorie deficit, doing what's right in the moment, you have to use logic. You have to choose what is right at that moment and own up to it. I know that may not seem right for your mental health at first, but discipline takes you a long way. You can't just be endlessly motivating yourself again and again and again to do something. You have to have discipline. You have to kind of be stoic and face it forward and not rely on your feelings as much. And those are the moments like those where I became more stoic and wise that really saved my life. Hope this lesson helped. Hoped this video helped. Own up to your responsibilities and take action. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. I upload every single week. If you want to watch more about me, I post on TikTok, Instagram, godman.lifts. It's usually where I post most of my lifting and my weight loss stuff. And hope to see you again.